A so-called super complaint is being submitted today, which claims that police forces are failing to investigate people within their ranks who are accused of domestic abuse. The Centre for Women's Justice cites the cases of 19 women from 15 force areas who have allegedly been the victims of abuse, violence, stalking or rape by people who work in police forces. They say their central concern is that police abusers are being protected and not brought to justice because of their position. The complaint's been submitted to HM Chief Inspector of Constabularies. Last year, this programme revealed that every week, 4 allegations of domestic abuse against police staff are recorded. And we brought you Suzanne's story. It's not her real name. She was married to a police officer for 10 years. She told us he raped her and he attempted to strangle and suffocate her son. No charges were brought against her ex-husband. This is what she told us.
Suzanne was married to a policeman for 10 years. She said when they first met, she was comforted by the fact that he was an officer.
He was very charming and polite. He was a police officer, so I thought he was a safe person to be with and a respected person in the community. Everything a police officer would represent.
But after a few years, she said cracks began to show. And when she was pregnant, he became violent.
We were in a different country on an holiday and he'd been drinking and watching the football with a friend who was another police officer, and he just kept questioning me over and over again, wanting to know whose the baby was and saying it was someone else's. He was getting very aggressive and I was so worried that I ran. I remember I was running through the bars. I went across the road to get away from him and he tripped me up. And the car had to screech to halt, avoid hitting me. So I look back now and I just feel that, I don't know, maybe he was trying to kill the baby, or kill me, or both.
The abuse went on for years, but when he threatened her with a knife, she finally called the police.
I rang 999 and he was really angry about that because of his job. The police turned up and the only advice that they gave him was that he should leave the house and go for a walk to calm down. I don't remember them talking to me at all and definitely not talking to the children.
It was only when he hit their 6-year-old son that she decided to leave.
There was this one incident when he thumped my son in the face and made his mouth bleed. He was meant to be helping my son because my son got a spelling wrong. I went to see if my son was okay, but he was so angry he wouldn't let me in. My daughter, when I was reading her a story, she said to me, "Mum, could we go and live in a different house and not tell Dad where we live?"
She filed for divorce, and that's when the abuse became even worse. She says he raped her as she lay in bed.
He was red with rage and anger. He was just ramming himself, just really ramming all his hatred for me and anger into me. I just said to him, I remember saying to him, no. I had my eyes closed because I was trying to transport myself to a different place.
Suzanne moved out with her children 2 weeks later and she reported her husband to his boss. A domestic abuse officer came to investigate and she told him she'd been raped.
As we said, no charges were brought against that police officer. Let's talk now to Noga Offer, who is a solicitor at the Centre for Women's Justice. She compiled the super complaint report that has been passed to Her Majesty's Chief Inspector of Constabularies. Thank you very much for coming.